Let's start with the trending topic since we got a lady in the house. We ain't had a lady in the house in a while.
Okay.
So are you familiar with the Dr. Cheyenne Bryant interviews that's going viral right now with her and Cam Newton, her and Nick Cannon?
Yes.
What is your overall feeling about the interviews? How do you think they went? How do you think the discussions went? The content of it? Let's just get that out the way first.
Number one, I didn't get to see the full interview with her and Cam Newton. I am familiar with her. I believe she did like couples therapy before and other things of that nature. I definitely love the way she handled Cam Newton. I believe that she gave her honest, I don't even want to say opinion because she comes from like what, like a psychological, she comes from like a psychological background. So I definitely like the way she handled it because I believe Cam Newton said he didn't want to get married and what else was he talking
what
about?
stood out?
More kids.
What stood out the most to you about it that she said?
I like the way you said she handled Cam. Like she
Right.
put him in a place down there.
But she did it so classy and like just such a lady. And I love the way she spoke to him and didn't put him down. I think
she did put him down.
Told his ass apart.
What the women definition of putting somebody down? Like y'all don't. For one, y'all don't understand shit about men, so I understand that.
Okay, I need to see a clip first.
She's just a total hypocrite. At the end of the day,
you believe so?
I know for a fact this bitch is a hypocrite because let me tell you why. Okay. A woman could destroy her whole fucking family, and when they say, "Why did you do that?" Because I wasn't happy. Women base everything off of happiness. They can do anything and women will support them. Well, girl, you got to do what makes you happy. Cam is happy fucking multiple bitches and getting them pregnant. Why he can't? He's taking care of them. His kids ain't out here looking bad. He's literally taking care of his responsibility. And that's what makes him happy. But there's a problem with that. But when Tia Mowry destroyed her family, talking about 2 people died in my family, and I just started reevaluating my life and left her husband of many years, they was like, girl, you got to do whatever makes you happy. That's hypocrisy, right?
Do you feel Cam cooked her? I mean, do you feel she cooked Cam in the exchange?
I feel like she talks from a position of hypocrisy.
No, I believe what to answer your question, what stuck out to me, what just came to me was she was saying that he's creating broken families basically because you can spend time with one child and then you have another broken family and it's. You're creating broken families is one thing.
Define for us what a broken family is.
I think in everybody's situation is different. I have half siblings. And I grew up with both my parents in my household, but I still do have half siblings that my dad had outside of the marriage. But, when they're in our household, it's a family dynamic. But what they deal with their mothers, it's a totally different dynamic. Things that may happen in our household may not, that we don't allow, may be allowed in their household. And then sometimes, these children need their fathers. I believe that both children need their parents.
But in what way?
Hold on. Let Messiah interject. How you felt about the whole interview, bro?
Nah, the interview was cool. I felt like I said, when it comes to certain people that can speak a certain eloquent way or can take down or make it seem like this dude is all bad or whatever the case it may be, it looks good on her behalf. But nobody questioned nothing about when he asked her, why are you at this age single with no kids? Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? You fought him for having kids, but you doing the one thing you're supposed to be doing, procreating. How much time you still think you got left? How old is she? Like 40?
41.
41. And at this, how long did it take you to figure out if you need a man or what you need from a man? And at the end of the day, like I say, it's easy to point out flaws on him, but do all his kids live with him? Because then it's a different story if they all staying under the same roof as him versus being spread out or whatever the case it may be. Because even beginning of time, it's been men that had multiple wives or multiple families, and a man can go spend 4 days here with this family and 3 days here. Not like a woman can. A woman can't go back and forth, but a man can still be valuable in a kid's life, I believe, with doing what he's doing.
Yeah, it's not always about the financial aspect. I believe it's about you physically being there. And I know you're a father, right? Are you guys all fathers?
Nah, not me.
Yeah, I'm a father for sure.
So I was a young mother. I have one kid's father. We co-parent very well. That would be considered a broken family, right? I don't want any more children. I've been single for quite some time. I'm 31 years old now. Does that make me questionable? What I say, is it not like, basically, is it like what I'm saying is, am I not credible? Am I not a credible source? Because, you know, I'm a single mother. I have 2 kids. I have a 14 and almost a 10-year-old. So does that make me not credible? Because
well, credible towards what exactly?
Because you said that she was 40 years old.
Nah,
and no kids. Are women supposed to procreate and get married? Like,
I'm not saying
that's why women are here.
I'm not saying her word is not credible. The things that she's speaking on, she spoke truth. She spoke facts. But at the same time, she's throwing stones without even being in that same position herself. She's mad at him for creating, but she's not even trying to create a family or get to that point, in my opinion, right now.
Well, I agree, because my analysis on the interview, like I stated in the video that I made about it, she did cook Cam. I'm not gonna lie, she did fry Cam.
How did she cook him?
Hold on,
she
bro.
dissected him.
She did dissect him, bro. She won that exchange. I'm gonna just say that, but I did not leave her undiagnosed herself, because in the process of cooking Cam, she cooked herself, because she is, to me, the whole thing I got from it, because I didn't even know she went to Nick Cannon and did the same thing. So I'm like, oh, okay, this is a pattern, and I'm seeing a pattern in the type of words that she's branding. Like, the new thing is high functioning, because Kevin Samuels, you know, he branded high value as far as for the men. So what I see is her trying to become the new relationship guru, because there's a hole in the space as far as someone taking the crown. So I see her trying to be like the female Kevin Samuels, to where now she's branding, you know, high functioning, this and that. And she's running around almost she's kind of tearing down these guys who have been championed to be high value, the guys that women want, which is why they have 6, 7, 8 baby mamas and 10 kids, because women are lining up to be the next baby mama, because they know, hey, if I get pregnant by Nick Cannon, I spit out a baby, it comes with a black card. I can go shopping unlimited. My life is straight. This is the life investment. Same thing with Cam Newton. And women are willingly signed up for that. Like I always say, a woman will rather be the 10th wife to a king than the first wife to the jester, to the clown over there, to the average 9-to-5 working guy. Majority of women, not all, nothing in the world is absolute, but a high 98, 99% is going to take the rich guy over the average guy. So what I see her doing, she's trying to brand herself, which she's doing a good job of. But even if
she's already done it.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Even if you look at the interviews, the first interview with Nick Cannon, she came dressed up modestly. That interview with Cam, titties out, nipples down there out. She got the chain on, got her neck. Like, hold on, ain't you a doctor? You look like you ready to try to entice this dude to fuck you.
Listen,
man, I think she will fuck with Cam.
But she got on Nick Cannon trying to act like he's operating from a low frequency or low vibration. This is why he's doing what he's doing. Like, for him to be as successful and to be where he's become, he has to be able to operate from a higher frequency. So just for her to even try to break him down in that aspect is because he's choosing to have several kids with different women that he's automatically has to be operating from his lower nature is crazy.
Well, I will say for her, sorry to cut you off, but what I would say for her, I know that she was a therapist as well as teen mom, so she does also get on women too. I got to watch the whole interview now because you did say she tore him down, and I'm not for tearing anybody down. And I feel like women, we do have to be accountable for certain things.
It's not about tearing him down. Like, men have to stop listening to women about anything regarding being a man. You didn't build empires listening to your wife. She offers valuable information in some areas, but when it comes to being a man, women are just purely hypocritical. They'll be in one position, they'll have one opinion on something, 1 second, next second they got a whole different opinion. I'll give you a prime example. Elon Musk got like 20 kids by like 8 different women. Nobody say nothing to him. It's a bunch of white dudes out here doing that. You got remember the thing Big Love where the Mormon dudes up northern Arizona, they got 10 wives, 35 kids. Never said nothing about it.
There's a lot of TV shows like that on TLC.
But what I'm saying is this is a reality in our society, right? Mm-hmm. This is a way of life that people live by. How do we take the Western standard that's absolutely failing our communities and we take that and use that and weaponize it against men. Cam Newton is a man with the resources to have multiple children by as many women as he wants to. His children ain't down bad. The women ain't out here complaining. As a matter of fact, I think he gives them a level of security. Because even if you listen to his new baby mama, Jasmine Brown, she's like, I just love being able to like take care of him, make sure he has everything he wants, all that stuff. For women, that is a level of security for them. Most women don't want to worry about nothing. You think women really want to work? They don't want to work. They might think working sounds cool. Wait till their kid birthday come. Wait till their kid got a doctor appointment, they sick. They damn near like, fuck this job, man. I want to stay here and take care of my baby. So what we're operating from, or we're approaching it from a perspective of dysfunction naturally. Like we're dysfunctional when it comes to the natural order of things, right? So if you look at an animal, a lion, he has a bunch of cubs by a bunch of different lioness. You look at the ancient days back even us in Africa, a man had like 5 wives and they all had their own little space. And then he had his little hut and he would go and interact with the wives according to the day or whenever he felt like it. You talk over to anybody. This nigga long-winded, goddamn. I'm just saying.
Long story short.
Listen. Huge civilizations came from this way of life. Look at America. Everybody gay. We ain't reproducing like we supposed to. We can't tell anybody the right way to do anything because we're not succeeding.
That's the main point. There is no direct blueprint of how certain things should go. People are different. People believe in different things. Everybody compares it to a blueprint and we put it on that. Like, you don't know what they agreed to in their life or whatever they chose to do with each other. So for everybody to bash somebody for how they living is crazy at the end of the day. What works for you might not work for me. And what worked for y'all might work for me. So it depends, man.
I'm a firm believer that what works for his lifestyle, it may not appear to be broken homes. Maybe his children are being raised upright according to their standards, who are outsiders to judge. Now that lady, I feel like she came from a therapist. From the clips I seen, I have not watched the entire interview, so who am I to say the entire, as an entirety?
For sure.
But I know from she does give great advice. I've watched her do work with teen moms. This is recently, and get on them about being young mothers, how listening to the voice, certain things like that. But to piggyback off what you said, and you said men shouldn't be really listening to women and taking a lot of advice with certain things. I do believe that. I have a 14-year-old son. There's certain things I cannot teach him, and I cannot tell him how to carry and conduct himself. And there's certain feelings he's going through that I will never understand. So that's where the father's role comes in, and my tribal family, my father, my brother-in-law, things like that. So when you say we know women, we think of emotion, and sometimes we think of a passion, and in that moment, and then we may make false decisions.
And that's where Cheyenne Bryant is coming from. Oh, this is not right in my mind. Like to her, it's effed up, right? But I'll ask you a question: who you think doing better right now, Tyrese or Cam Newton?
Well, are you talking about financially?
I'm talking about period. Which nigga's on TV crying, divorced for the 3rd time? She trying to take $40,000 a month.
She tripled up. That nigga giving up 600. Yeah, but
he put that woman first. He took Jaheem advice.
I know, but that's basically this is the point he's making.
It's not even putting her first. He put himself in an arrangement that did not benefit him.
I know, but look, I'm only trying to scrutinize the interview, not women as a whole. I'm just sticking strictly with Cheyenne Bryant because she's 41, unmarried, no kids, no successful relationships, no history of a successful relationship. All her relationships failed. She walked away from 2 proposals, meaning that the guys that proposed weren't the men that she wanted, which is why she walked away. I don't know why she's bragging about walking away.
She has no proof of concept.
No, it don't even matter. But you brag about proposals that somebody don't even give a fuck about.
I feel strongly that some women feel that they don't need men. They're just so independent. Because I've been single for so long where I feel like I don't mind working. I don't mind handling my business. I don't mind doing that. And I also, if I have a man, I don't mind ironing his clothes. I don't mind doing all those things. But there has to come to a point where you have to listen and allow a man to lead. And a lot of women are not ready, don't want a man to lead them. And
hold on. But this is the thing, though, because that's a lie. Every woman secretly wants a man. I don't care how much they say they don't. they want a man. They can't get the man.
It's in your DNA.
They might not want the men that are available to them, but in their mind, there's a blueprint of a man that they want. They just don't have access to.
A lot of women,
to say they don't need men is insane because the world was built and civilized by men. Literally,
yeah, that's
everything
false.
We do,
we need each other. We absolutely need each other.
So in place of having a man like here next to them, they have the man, the system taking care of them.
But how
they still are a byproduct of men.
How do they know they need something if they've never had it? The problem here with all this, especially Cheyenne Bryant, and why we're actually looking at this lady like she's a source or an authority on anything, is because most of us grew up in single parent homes with moms. So a lot of us never saw our mom have a man to be there for her. You know, our mom crying because she can't pay a bill or something. We looking at her like we helpless. She tripping. Like with me. My daughter don't ever got to worry about that. My dad is going to pay for everything. My mom, she ain't got to do shit, but just sit here and look cute. A lot of us never experienced that. So a woman who never experienced that can go and say, look, I don't need that. You don't think you need it because you never had it. But once you touch it, if you mess it up, or once you touch it, you never want to give it up. And if you do mess it up or it goes away, you're going to be looking for it. I don't see many women who were married to a man who took care of them and did what he was supposed to do, who are like, I'm divorced and I'm just going to stay single. Most of those women quickly try to run and get back into a relationship. Same with men. Most people who have been married get remarried. So I just think Cheyenne Bryant, she's the perfect doctor for a bunch of dysfunctional black people who don't got no type of life experience to basically validate her, what she's saying against.
At the end of the day, though, it can go either way because there's still people that came from two-parent households that house was very dysfunctional, where they was fucked up and the kids end up being fucked up based off of what they was taught.
In prison and all that. So it really comes down to a lot of people are going through trauma. Just because you come from a two-parent household or you're married doesn't mean that there's not trauma. Someone like, her name's Cheyenne Bryant, right? Because she hasn't been through these things and she hasn't been married or doesn't have children, she wouldn't understand the pain and the things that you go through and things that you have to heal through to get to that next level. So I'm not going to fault Cam Newton for having a bunch of baby mamas. Do I agree with it? No, but who am I to say? Like, you know, financially he looks like he's doing well, but it's not always about the finances. It's about physically being there for that child.
Hold on. But the reason I'm bringing this whole thing up, and before I even get to that, just about the blueprint thing, blueprints do matter because that gives you a track record of success versus failure. So there's more than one way to skin a cat, but there's more effective ways than others. So if the quickest way to skin a cat is this way, yeah, it might take you triple the time. You can still skin the cat this way, but shit, you could save triple the time doing it this way. So I'm going to do it this way to be more successful. Yeah, two-parent homes can be dysfunctional, but let's look at the rates. Single mother home, two-parent home. 9 times out of 10, the two-parent home, the kid who grows up that way is going to be more successful than the one in the single-parent home. It's not an outliner. It's not a one-size-fit-all, but the percentages matter. So that's where people get lost when they go, oh my God, but yeah, over there it could be fucked up. Yeah, it could, but the odds are less than not. So, but as far as why I'm bringing this up, because I noticed the whole gender war was dying down, where you weren't seeing a lot of that being pushed to the forefront, where black people really started to sit down with each other and go, hey, we need to like figure this shit out. And to me, the powers that be saw that and was like, nah, we need to throw a monkey wrench in and ignite this fire back up. We need to light this fire back up. We need to spark another fuse, and bam, we get Cheyenne Bryant. She goes versus Cam Newton, man versus woman, black man versus black woman. She goes to Nick Cannon, black man versus black women. Now that's all you see in the comments is women feeling championed again. Like, oh yeah, girl, fuck these dudes. You're not Cheyenne Bryant. You're not as beautiful as her. You're not as successful. You don't have as much money.
Let's not discredit the beauty though.
We're discrediting the beauty. Ugly's ugly, beautiful is beautiful.
Because I believe beauty comes from the inside too. Your heart, you could be as beautiful on the outside and all that, but that inside matters the most.
No, that's true. But
majority of people not gonna get an opportunity if you look crazy on the outside.
No, but what I'm saying, as true as that is, there's still a beauty standard. Like we all know, okay, this person.
Society does have a big beauty standard.
Right. So, but what I'm saying is, all of this is just sparking the gender war back up because now you got women going back to saying fuck men, and now you got men going back to say how ain't shit women is, and there's no progress. So don't get lost in the sauce of the content. Pay attention. They're playing chess with niggas is what I'm saying.